kukulipa sio yule mtoto, ni mzazi. Mzazi unaweza kusema kwamba mtalipishana kivipi, lakini mtoto yote ana haki yake ya kupata cheti chake ili aweze kusonga mbele katika masomo yake. Na pia tutoe pia mwito kwa Wakenya wote waweze kushirika katika ile public participation ambayo tunafanya sasa hivi ya ule mfumo mpya wa NFM, new funding model, wa kuweza kufadhili ama kuweza kulipia karo wa wanafunzi wetu katika vyuo vikuu, ili kulingana na mujibu wa amri ya kotini, ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba tunasikizana. Sio eti kila wakati tunakwenda kule kotini. Na pia pale tuseme kwamba tuna mswada mpya unaitwa Public Participation Bill ambao umetoka katika mwanasheria mkuu wa serikali Dr. Oduor, ambao pia tunafaa Wakenya tuweze kupata vizuri. Unaweza ukishatolewa na baraza la mawaziri, tumeweza kulizungumzia wiki iliyopita, ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba sio kila wakati tunakimbia kule kotini, tuweze tuelewana vizuri. Kwa hivyo kuna huo mswada wa public participation ambao tungependa kwamba Wakenya waweze kufanya vizuri. Pia tuna mswada mwingine ambao unahusisha hawa wazee wetu wa vijiji ambao pia wao wenyewe tungependa wawe wako chini ya ngao. Ngao ni National Government Administration Officers, kwamba waweze kutusaidia pale vijijini, na ili waweze kulipa pia marupurupu yao kidogo hivi. Pia Wakenya waweze kutoa mwito na maoni yao, ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba tumeweza kuyajumuisha wakati tunaanza pasisha ile sera na ule mswada. Ni kweli kwamba sasa hivi kuna Wakenya wetu akina mama ambao wameweza kufa ama wameweza kuuawa. Katika miezi iliyopita zaidi ya kina mama 100 wameweza kupoteza maisha yao, na hili sio jambo ambalo tunalisherekea. Tunasikia huzuni sana, tuna simanzi wakati tunakuja hapa kuwahadithia masuala kama hayo kama serikali. Na kwa hivyo wenzetu lile jopo kazi ambalo liweza kutengenezwa na kuanzishwa Januari mwaka huu, limeweza kusonga mbele sana, hususan kuangalia sheria ambazo zinahusika ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba tumeweza kuwakamata wale ambao wanahusika, lakini pia tuwe na sera za kudumu ambazo zitaweza kuhakikisha kwamba mambo kama haya ama majanga kama haya hayawezi kuendelea. Kwa hivyo tu ni kutoa tu kauli mbiu kusema kwamba sisi kama serikali tunatoa rambirambi zetu kwa wale kina mama ambao wameweza kufa, ambao wameweza kuuawa kwa njia ya kinyama, ambao sio haki kwamba jambo hili limeweza kutendeka kwa mambo kama hayo. Mambo mengi tu ambayo yameweza kuibuka ambayo tutaendelea kuyaangazia, lakini serikali iko kidete, iko imara kuhakikisha kwamba tunaweza kufikia malengo yetu ya Ruwaza mwaka 2023, na hususan katika ile manifesto yetu ya The Better Plan ambayo tunaendelea kuangazia zaidi. Ni vizuri kusema kwamba hivi karibuni tutakuwa tukipatiana nyumba 1088 hapa Nairobi. Mwaka huu, mwezi huu kabla hujakwisha, tutakuwa tukifanya jambo hilo kuonyesha kwamba tuna uhakika wa yale maneno ambayo sisi wenyewe tunayasema, na hususan hata wale ambao wanasema kuhusu mbolea, fertilizer ukipenda. Kulikuwa na tetesi kwamba hazitoshi, lakini tunaendelea kufanya kazi. Tayari tumeshapatiana magunia 1,000,000, magunia mengine 1.5 yako katika njiani, kuhakikisha kwamba kila Mkenya mkulima ameweza kufaidika kutokana na swala hilo. Kuna wengine walikuwa wanasema kwamba ile fertilizer ya kutoka Urusi pengine ilikwenda kuuzwa. La hasha. Kile ambacho tumeweza kufanya sisi kama serikali ni kuweza kuijumuisha ili iweze kuiana na zile fertilizer nyingine, mbolea, na zikaweza kugawanywa kwa Wakenya. Kwa hivyo hakuna mahali ambapo mtu anafaa kusema kwamba ati ile mbolea sijui ilikwenda ikauzwa na kadhalika. Nafikiri wapinzani wetu hawachoki. Wanakaa kila siku wakitengeneza propaganda ili kuharibia sifa nchi hii yetu ya Kenya. Na ningependa kuwarai vyombo vyetu vya habari, kwa sababu kuna vyombo vingine vya habari ukiviangalia zaidi magazetini, kila kukicha wanakuwa na zile headlines ambazo ni za kupiga serikali. Lakini niulize, unapopiga serikali wewe mwenyewe unaiharibia Kenya nchi sifa, na basi wawekezaji watakuja kufanya kazi. Lazima tuangalie ili Wakenya waweze kupata faida ya vile ambavyo tunajaribu kuinua uchumi wetu, kuhakikisha kwamba mambo yamekwenda salama, kuhakikisha kwamba kuna mandhari nzuri ya uwekezaji na ufanyabiashara. Nafikiri hilo ni jambo ambalo ningependa kusisitizia sana, kwa sababu lazima sisi wenyewe tuwe watu ambao ni wa taifa, tuwe watu ambao ni wazalendo, tuwe watu ambao wanaenzi sana sana kile ambacho sisi wenyewe tunajivunia kama Wakenya, lakini sio eti kuangalia kwamba kwa sababu ya mirengo ya kisiasa, kwa sababu ya simtofahamu ambazo zipo katikati mwetu, tunaweza kuharibia sifa nchi yetu ili tuonekane kama pengine tuko katika upande fulani. Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to address various issues that affect the government. And from the outset, we want to say that we are very committed to ensuring the safety of our children in society. And we do not want the issue of education to be politicized by political actors such as the former UDA Secretary General to settle political scores on account of saying that he is a thespian, is a playwright of many years. No, that is not acceptable. We know very well if it would have been any other person, that would not have been in question. But the person involved in this whole issue has had a fallout with the current administration. At some point, he was a senior official, attending even cabinet, and he has used this opportunity to fight back the government using our children, and of course as a front. And that is playing drama, using drama to play drama. I mean, how do you do that? How do you front children and then claim that they are the ones who, are being attacked? It is regrettable, of course, that our police used tear gas against the journalists and also the children. That is regrettable. And as a government, we would want to say that is not acceptable and action shall be taken accordingly. However, it is important to set the record straight that matter has been highly politicized, and of course every other Tom, Dick and Harry, they have jumped in to mince political mileage out of it. It's unfortunate, and we will not tolerate as a government going forward such behavior. The rules must be followed. Teachers must ensure that they have the right people who train their children in terms of competition, so that there is also fairness, and so that then we also do not end up using our children as a shield or also as an opportunity to express ourselves politically for the sake of it. Let me now turn to the issue of finance bill and taxation. Contrary to misinformation circulating online, the 2025-2026 budget process is still underway. No finance bill 2025 has been proposed, drafted or tabled in Parliament. As per established timelines, revenue-raising measures such as a finance bill only follow the release of the draft budget after April 30th. Kenyans will be fully engaged through public participation once the finance bill is officially submitted to Parliament. The government unequivocally states that there is no finance bill 2025 tabled anywhere yet, and such outrageous claims should be shunned. And we are calling upon the members of the press to help us so that we do not spread propaganda. Accordingly, Kenyans will have the opportunity to interrogate any revenue-raising measure through a thorough public participation only after the draft budget and finance bill have been released by the National Treasury and submitted to Parliament. The major intervention thus far is the budget policy statement. The BPS outlines the government's strategic priorities and ceilings to guide the national government, county governments, and independent constitutional institutions in preparation of the budget. So this is a BPS. It says how much money can you actually spend. On 30th of April, we'll have the various appropriations, the appropriations bill, as we know it as a budget. The 2025 budget policy statement is a third to be prepared under the Kenya Kwanza administration, and the government's fiscal policy year 2025-2026 and the medium term places special emphasis on fiscal consolidation and budget restructuring to reduce public debt vulnerabilities while providing fiscal spaces to deliver essential public goods and services, to boost revenues, and to emphasize on the fact that we need a combination of tax administration and tax policy measures and not an increase of taxes as alleged. The government will also focus on strengthening accountability, transparency, and efficiency in public spending. Let me now turn to the issue of guaranteed minimum returns. In the Kenya Kwanza bottom-up economic transformation agenda, the Better Plan, we made a solemn pledge to transform Kenya's agricultural sector into a powerful engine for economic growth, food security, and farmer prosperity through subsidizing productivity and value addition. As we promised, the government is implementing the guaranteed minimum returns to assure farmers of predictable incomes. This has significantly stabilized farmer earnings and reduced the vulnerability to market volatility, hence a true realization of our campaign slogan of Pesa Mfukoni. These tangible outcomes are as a result of prioritizing production instead of subsidizing consumption. For example, macadamia now is going for 100 shillings per kilo, making Kenya the leading global producer. And this is something we should be proud of, thanks to proper scheduling and a shift to production subsidies. Coffee, through the Coffee Cherry Fund and other policy measures, coffee farmers now earn an average of Kenya shillings 130 per kilo, up from Kenya shillings 50, with payouts sent directly via M-Pesa. On milk, the farm gate price for milk was raised from Kenya shillings 37 to 50 per litre, boosting dairy farmers' income significantly. When it comes to sugarcane, farmer earnings have actually risen from 4,500 to Kenya shillings 5,300 per metric ton, which is an increase of a whole 800 shillings, with some of the farmers actually receiving bonuses for the first time in a long time due to improved support for farmer production, including debt cancellation. When it comes to Miraa farmers have seen increase of all the three types of Miraas: grade 1 from 700 to 1,300, grade 2 from 350 to 700, and Alil grade from 500 to 1,000. On tea, the government has promoted local value addition to tea, enabling the export of processed tea and increasing returns to farmers. On avocado, Kenya becomes fast Africa's top exporter and producer of avocado, reflecting successful policy support and market access. And we are calling upon farmers to continuously take an opportunity to grow avocado because it is very, very important. The same case with leather. There is a renewed focus on tanneries like the one in Narok, which we visited the other day with my office. And the leather sector is expanding, creating value addition opportunities and strengthening local production. And in fact, we even bought shoes that are now locally produced. And we are very happy that they are actually of very high quality, especially the school-going shoes are very, very nice. And the various kinds of leather, including even from crocodile and other kind of skins. When it comes to Taifa Care, last year the government introduced SHA, Social Health Authority, now known as Taifa Care, which of course we are very happy to have Dr. Mercy Mwangagi as the new CEO. And this is according to our promise of universal health coverage for all Kenya. This initiative is aligned with the Kenya's commitment to the UHC and of course under Vision 2030, but also within the fourth medium-term plan, MTP4. And of course, it marks a transformative shift from curative, out-of-pocket healthcare to a publicly funded, solidarity-based model. And it is important to say that it is contributory also to 300 shillings every one of us and above. And so it's important for many of us to pay so that then more people can benefit. Taifa Care guarantees healthcare access for all Kenyans, regardless of income level or employment status. Every citizen is expected to register under the new program to benefit from its wide-reaching health services. Taifa Care covers outpatient and inpatient services, maternal and child health, emergency care, mental health services, very important because there are very many cases of mental health nowadays, and chronic and critical illnesses, such as cancer, diabetes, and hypertension. It aims at reducing out-of-pocket expenses that have often led to poverty due to high medical bills. Further, the national government and the Council of Governors had a bilateral health summit to review the progress of Taifa Care, 140 days since we commenced the rollout of the program on 1st of October 2024 to ensure seamless implementation. Over 19.7 million Kenyans are now registered under Taifa Care, up from 8 million under the defunct NHIF, translating to 146% increase. And with this also, over 8.5 million Kenyans have visited for various hospitals for checkups. Out of these, 331,265 Kenyans were referred for diabetes treatment and 711,172 referred for hypertension checkups. Recently in a hospital, a single mother, Amina, held her son's hand tightly as she underwent cancer treatment. her heart heavily with worry, not just for its health, but also for the mounting bills. Then came the transformative news. The Social Health Authority has upgraded its system, ensuring hospital claims are processed by the 14th of each month, easing financial burdens for countless families. Alongside this, SHA has boosted ICU and HDU daily rates from the current 4,480 shillings to Kenya shillings 28,000 per bed night, and raised oncology coverage from the current 400,000 to 550,000 per patient, offering Amina and many other Aminas like her a lifeline. The government is in the process of rolling out daily payments through M-Pesa to ensure that Kenyans who cannot afford to pay lump sum amounts of money do so at their own convenience. The government urges those who have not registered to do so in order to enjoy the full benefits of Taifa Care. It is regrettable that we have a disease outbreak in northern Kenya called Kala-Azar. Kala-Azar, also called visceral leishmaniasis, is a life-threatening disease caused by a parasite transmitted through the bite of infected sandflies. It may affect many people in arid and semi-arid counties, including Turkana, West Pokot, Baringo, Isiolo, Wajir, Marsabit, and Garissa. In Wajir County, the Kenya government has swiftly responded to the recent Kala-Azar outbreak, which has affected over 600 people and claimed 33 lives since September 2024. We send our most sincere and heartfelt condolences to the departed. The Ministry of Health is closely working together with the Wajir County government and has deployed 3 mobile laboratories in Eldas and Wajir West, enabling rapid testing for those unable to reach hospitals. A satellite blood bank equipped with a new blood analysis machine has been established to support critical care, significantly improving patient outcomes. And because of these efforts, therefore, recoveries now surpass new infections. This is very important, with hospitals discharging more patients than they admit. The government, through the Ministry of Health, continues to bolster resources and coordination to contain the spread, urging communities to seek early testing and treatment to prevent further loss. On cholera, the government acknowledges the recent rise in reported cases of cholera, a waterborne disease that poses a serious public health risk. In Nairobi's Kibera settlements, 12-year-old Mercy narrowly escaped tragedy when a sudden onset of watery diarrhea signaled cholera's grip. Thanks to rapid intervention at a local health facility, she has recovered fully, a testament to the government's ongoing efforts to combat these and other diseases. As of 8th of April 2025, a cumulative 100 cases and 6 deaths across Nairobi, Migori, and Kisumu counties have been reported. Once again, we send our most sincere condolences to the 6 who have lost their lives. The government has initiated a multi-sectoral rapid response team to curb the outbreak. Surveillance has been intensified in all sub-counties and border areas, with isolated facilities fully equipped with treatment guidelines, healthcare workers, and medical supplies. The government has distributed critical resources, including medicines, lab kits for testing, and protective gear to frontline responders. Public sensitization campaigns is in full swing, leveraging on local radio public forums and door-to-door outreach to promote hygiene, water treatment, chemicals, soap, and hand-washing stations across so that they can be deployed effectively and so that people can use them. And we urge the media to actually help us in this. The government, in collaboration with various partners, is working diligently to address the cholera outbreak in the country and urges the public to remain vigilant, adhere to health guidelines, and report any symptoms promptly to healthcare authorities. The government remains committed to updating the public with any new information and developments further to mitigate this outbreak. Let me now turn to the issue of education. The government has taken note of recent developments in the education sector, particularly the regrettable incident involving Butere Girls High School students during the ongoing Kenya National Drama and Film Festival, the unlawful withholding of national examination certificates by certain school principals, and the progress on reforms of the university funding model. With regards to the Butere Girls High School play, Echoes of War, the government is fully seized of the matter and considers it serious enough to warrant a comprehensive review of the circumstances that led to the disruption. The government remains committed to nurturing artistic talent and freedom of expression, encouraging youth to express themselves and to participate in creative expression as outlined in the Digital Superhighways and Creative Economy pillar of the Better Plan. However, such creativity, especially in school environments, must be done within the parameters of clearly defined rules and regulations. The rules governing the Kenya National Drama and Film Festival unambiguously state that all performances must adhere to adjudicated scripts, and all training of students must be conducted strictly by registered teachers or accredited instructors affiliated to recognized education institutions, not like those ones who pontificated themselves on national television as if to gain political mileage. The introduction of unapproved individuals, including those outside the teaching profession, into school-based co-curricular activities constitutes a violation of both ministerial regulations and the TSC Code of Conduct. The conduct witnessed in the run-up to the planned performance was not only irregular, but posed a serious threat to the integrity of school-based co-curricular activities. The Ministry of Education has not taken any disciplinary action against the school's management, as the matter is still under active investigation, and appropriate action will follow based on the findings upon conclusion of internal disciplinary hearings. The government remains clear that Kenyan schools are not arenas for political experimentation, nor shall our children be used as pawns in political ideological contests. Schools are safe spaces for learning, creativity, and character development, not platforms for provocation. Moving forward, the Ministry of Education shall ensure full compliance with festival rules and shall conduct a thorough review of the regulations to forestall any repeat of such unfortunate occurrences. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past. Things must change going forward. On national examination certificates, the government is aware that despite repeated directives, some school heads continue to unlawfully withhold certificates for students over fees-related issues. This is not only illegal, but it is unacceptable. A national examination certificate is a property of the learner. Denying any student access to their academic credentials undermines the very foundation of our education system and compromises the right of the child. Because even if you hold on to it, how will it benefit you as a teacher? The government will thus not tolerate this continued defiance of its directive and impunity, and stern action will be taken against schools who continue to defy these instructions. So that is to all the teachers. All county directors of education are now directed to comply and to submit a list of all the people, the staff and the head teachers who are not adhering to this directive, and a report will be submitted to the Ministry of Education within 14 days to ensure that we have a proper status of uncollected certificates. And Kenyans should also be able to volunteer this information. Any principal found culpable will face disciplinary and legal consequences. The government has instructed all the officials of the ministry to take immediate and firm action against any individual who continues to defy this directive. Further, on the subject of higher education financing, popularly known as the NFM, the government affirms its commitment to reforming the university funding model in line with recent court rulings. Public participation is already being conducted across the country to ensure the revised model reflects these needs and aspirations of Kenyan families. A comprehensive report prepared over the last several months is already complete and will guide the next phase of engagement and implementation in order to deliver a university funding model that is transparent, fair, and sustainable. On femicide, we regret to announce that we have lost over 100 women in the last couple of months. In a quiet Nairobi suburb, 24-year-old Esther's life was tragically cut short last month. This is a clear case of femicide, and it really shows what we have been going through for the last 1 year or so. Her story is etched in the hearts of a grieving nation and fuels our country's resolve to end femicide and gender-based violence. The government unequivocally condemns these heinous acts and extends its deepest condolences to the families and loved ones of the departed, standing in solidarity during the times of immediate loss. Those found culpable will face the full force of the law. The Technical Working Group on GBV and Femicide was formed in January 2025 to develop a robust framework within 90 days to eradicate these crimes. The group is reviewing key laws, including Sexual Offences Act 2006, popularly known as the Jokindongo Bill, and the Protection Against Domestic Violence Act 2015, and has engaged over 30 organizations with public forums planned across all the 47 counties in 2 weeks to ensure every Kenyan voice is heard. Several multi-agency teams coordinated by State Department for Gender and Affirmative Action are responding swiftly to condemn femicide incidents, support affected families, and collaborate with security agencies to ensure swift arrests and prosecutions. The revised National Policy on Prevention and Response to GBV 2025 awaits Cabinet approval to bolster systemic responses. It's already been presented to the Cabinet Committee waiting for the final approval. And Kenya has also signed the African Union's Convention on Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls in February 2025, underscoring our global commitment towards ending femicide and to build a nation where women and girls thrive without fear, backed by justice and compassion. The government remains firmly committed to transparency, accountability, and well-being of every Kenyan, from safeguarding our economy through sound fiscal policies, empowering our farmers, and ensuring accessible healthcare, to upholding the rule of law and protecting the dignity of the people of Kenya. As we move forward, we call upon all citizens to remain engaged, discerning, and united in collective pursuit for a just, prosperous, and resilient Kenya. Kenya itainuka.
And that was the government spokesperson, Dr. Isaac Mora, speaking at the Kenyatta International Convention Center. And we shall be giving you a brief on the communication that he has given regarding the government. So let's get back to Sports Check and the conversation that we've had this morning as we come to a close. It's all about swimming and age grade swimming. And in studio with us, we have got on the far left, Boniface Moti, who's the Nairobi County Swimming Association. We've got a young swimmer, Adia Mwende. Adia?
Yes?
You told us the name of your school, but you didn't tell us where it is, where the school is located.
My school is in Meru. So, Highlands Group of Schools.
Mm-hmm. You've been there.
Yeah.
And it's good, you know, whenever we see that we have young sports people coming from outside Meru coming to compete here. Where else have you competed?
I've competed in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Mombasa, and in Nairobi.
Which was the best for you?
Tanzania and Uganda.
Tell us why.
Because the pool is bigger, so that's how I can know how speed am I going and how slow am I going.
That was Tanzania?
Yeah.
Uganda?
Uganda, so the pool, maybe the pool is a little bit bigger, so the pool is bigger, so even I'm trying to go without breathing, holding my breath a little more, so I can now know how my speed, and my time.
Very well. Well, I'm just 6 years old and she's making the waves, you know, talking some of the times. Freestyle, by the way, congratulations on improving your freestyle time over the weekend.
Thank you.
Bringing it down to 23. Hope to see it in another year. I hope it will be down to 20. I know that will take work. And let me come to you for your daughter. You see, one of the things that we know about swimming is, number one, it requires a pool, and like he mentioned, he wants a 25-meter pool if it's for competitions. But where does she train to make sure that, you know, she gets the right kind of pool such that when she gets to competition, it's not a whole new territory?
Yeah. We have a challenge in Meru for the 25-meter pools. So on daily basis, we normally use the Meru slopes, where we do our gym and our water drills. If we are looking for the 25s, we normally have to travel all the way to Isiolo and come back all the way to Nkobo, where we have the Royal Acacia and Side Heaven at Nkobo. Yeah.
Okay. And when you talk about the lanes, Monty coming here, but how wide do you want a lane?
When you look at lane, it depends on the swimmer. The height, of course. Some of them, when they expand, when they are doing their butterfly, you can see if the lanes are too close, they are not able to do it perfectly. So
or at the risk of now lane violation.
Exactly. So as the coach mentions, so if they have a small pool, it means they are going to divide them in terms of the age of the swimmers they have, so that they can be swimming comfortably. Yes.
So which means as you get to the 18s, if you had started off with 6 or even 6 lanes for these 6-year-olds, you may bring them down to 4.
To 4, exactly. Yes.
Okay. Now the other thing is encouraging the growth of the sport. That side of the mount, kwa Murima. I can say Murima and get away with it here. Because we don't have a huge history of swimmers coming from that part of the country.
Sure. Yeah, we are very fortunate to be having one of our leaders now coming into office, Mr. Elias Murega, who will be the CEC Sports and Youth Gender Affairs. He's promising the sports section to grow. He's giving us promises that Meru is going to become a powerhouse in sports, and we are really eager for him to do it. Yeah.
Now, let me speak about what we saw, or what we are seeing happening at the Kenya Secondary School Sports Association Games. Nairobi dominated, and we're talking about JSS level and senior secondary school. As we have to get used to that now.
Yes.
But from the story we are seeing here, you've mentioned Eldoret are sending in swimmers, Kisumu are bringing in swimmers, and how important is it to spread this gospel of the sport such that it does not look like a Nairobi and Mombasa affair?
The way things are going, I've seen even Western is coming in, because Western was representing the Kenya Secondary Games in Mombasa. That's a good thing. Eastern also is coming in by the push of Machakos County to that level, because Machakos is doing well so far. Kajiado is doing well. Kisumu is doing well. I can see Western is coming in. As the coach has mentioned, Meru is coming in. And we are looking for more counties to embrace the swimming by building facilities that are going to help these kids to nurture their talents. Most of them, they are talented, but they are lacking the facilities to do their training and they practice them.
Giving the knowledge to the coaches. I know the internet is there, and that is where everyone will go learn. But at the end of the day, there is what World Aquatics uses as a measure of the knowledge that a coach has, because coaching an 18-year-old is not the same as coaching an 8-year-old.
Yes. So on this aspect, most of the time, for Nairobi County, we have a coaches forum whereby we talk to these coaches. We give them some of the techniques on how to handle different age groups. And from there, when they go back to the training, when they come for the competition next day or next event, is not the same, because they have learned something different on how to train a different person, a different age group of training. Yes.
Adia, anytime you come to the competition and you go back with medals like this, what is it that your friends see and want to learn from you?
When they see I have a lot of medals, they want my father to coach them so they can just even learn, so they can even know how to swim.
So how many more have you pulled into the swimming? How many have you brought to such that they are now swimming alongside?
Miles, Samara, Kabugi, Abi.
Okay. Now, the other thing is swimming is, and I want to come to you, swimming is actually a power-intensive sport. So how do you get her to develop strength?
We normally have a gym, and we normally do also land training. We watch on her diets. We try as much to relax her muscles.
Wewe upatange ice cream. Upatange ice cream. You don't get ice cream. Okay.
We do more on land and also do the stretches. We watch videos to prepare her mind. We focus on her strength as a swimmer and try to develop her to the next level.
Which are the exercises you don't like at all?
Push-up.
Okay, push-ups.
Push-ups and running a lot.
So those are the ones you don't like, but they're push-ups are very important. So how do you adapt, and which are the others that you like in the gym?
I like those ones for pulling up and down. You see those things, don't they? Like the dumbbells. I just lift them up. Exercising, I lift them up, down, up. So that's how I get muscle.
And you also use the resistance
Yeah.
machines. So, in the next 1 year or so, what do you want to do?
I want to do.
Where do you want to be?
I want to be in Team Kenya in Olympics.
You want to be a Team Kenya Olympian?
Yeah.
We'll be looking forward to that. So there is a lot in store for you. Let's say, for those people out there where you are, Meru, what's it called to introduce them from those who do swim out in the rivers and say they can swim fast now in the pool, to convert them, and to those who swim in conventional pools? Message out to them.
You're much welcome. We have the clubs in Meru, headed by our governor, Mr. Lenny, and Genesis Sports Club is bringing in the coaches to help us with the technique, with the materials we need to train. So you need to come in, bring your kids so that you can learn together.
All right. And Moti, for the preparations for the Africa Junior Championships, how is this going to go? Because we know that if you don't have a good junior foundation, you're done for in the sport.
Yeah, the preparations are on the top gear because on 3rd and 4th of May, we have the National Junior Championship in Kisumu. Those who have not gotten opportunity to get their times right, they're going to use that event to get their times to represent the country in the African Junior Championship that's coming up in October. And as Nairobi County also, we are much intense on that because we'll be hosting age group junior championship in May on 10th and 11th. And also those swimmers who have not gotten their times, they can get times from that event, which can help them to use them for the Africa Swimming Championship. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Masavi, asante sana. Adia, you're taking a break now, yeah? It's getting to Easter.
Nah.
No break.
Preparing for nationals.
No break.
She'll be going to Kisumu.
You're going to Kisumu.
Yeah.
So prepare for that, and also Boniface Moti, asante sana.
Thank you.
And we would like to see more galas like that, and it's also good to hear that the nationals are going outside of Nairobi.
Yeah.
Let the people in Kisumu go and enjoy that, and so let them not say tuko na ziwa hapa na tupig.
Yeah, it's just a call like my friend has said here. It's just a call for counties to come on board to facilitate and maybe help these people out to come like Nairobi, because Nairobi we are on the other level, because you can see the techniques we are using, the machines, the equipments we are having, they're different from any other county in the nation. And we are hoping by the end of this year we are going to have new touch pads which are going to be very useful to our swimmers, for them to touch, and they see their times very well. So it's going to be a good thing.
Thank you very much, and also thank you for being with us all morning as we spoke chess and we spoke swimming, all involving young athletes in the country. Thank you for being with us. Our sign language interpreter has been Anne Wangeshi. Coming up next is Kurunzi Mashinani. My name is Daniel Wahome. Have a good day.